What up, y'all? I am your girl, Candy. And to my left, I have the beautiful Drew Sidora. And together we are about to speak on it. Speak, baby.
I had already heard.
I can turn a shade tree into a money tree. Yay!
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for
Super excited to be
invitation.
here. Yeah, of course. When Candy Birds calls, you answer the phone and you show up.
And it's time for a Real Housewives of Atlanta report.
You may recognize Chicago native Drew Sidora from her movie roles in Step Up, Sister Code, and Crazy Sexy Cool.
She caused the most drama, though, playing a fictionalized version of herself on a hit show, The Game.
You are crazy.
Drew Sidora.
Yes, I'm super excited because you are our newest housewife.
Yeah.
Which is a really big deal because this year we only have 5 housewives. That's crazy.
It reminds me of like the old seasons you guys started
Yes.
off with, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of people seem like they're thrown by that. They're like, oh, they need at least 7. But to me, I feel like it's actually kind of better because, like you said in the beginning, we didn't have like a whole bunch of housewives. So to me, when we started adding too many housewives, I just felt like it was always like, why do you need so many people?
Yeah.
You know, but now I feel like it's, you know, it's pretty cool.
I like it.
I mean,
I don't know about everybody else.
Right, and we still have, you know, our friends of the show who are still going to be a part of the show. So you're still going to see other people. So don't panic. It's going to be all right, you know. But now it's all about Drew.
Okay.
All about Drew. All about Drew. So tell me, Drew, how do you feel? Okay, first of all, let's say this. What made you even decide to be a part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Well, actually, it's a funny story because I was first approached actually back in 2015.
Oh, that's
2015, and I was pregnant with my now 5-year-old Makai.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago. I was actually still living in LA at the time.
What you said, the balance of it all, that's the key word, balance. You know, showing that you can still work, you can get out there. I'm losing my weight as we speak, but I'm jumping right back out there.
So I went through the interviews, and I actually was supposed to be coming down here to get with you. And before that day happened, my water broke at like 28 weeks.
Wow.
So needless to say, I was hospitalized on bed rest for 5 weeks, so that just wasn't the right time.
Right. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong. I had heard mention of you, you know, coming to be amongst the group.
Yes.
But, you know, I didn't know what happened.
So I'm glad I get to tell you that's what happened, you know, because I never actually got to make it down here. So I just felt like, all right, God, it's not the right time. Obviously, keeping my baby alive is most important, and delivering a healthy baby, which, by the way, he's healthy, 5 years old, doing great. And then they approached me again and just checking in. We were just moving to Atlanta, but I got a chance to hang out with Cynthia and Eva at her wine cellar opening, which was super cool. And then they came back a third time for season 13. And I was like, okay, me and my husband were like, you know that's God. Like, when it comes 3 times, what opportunity comes 3 times?
Right.
You know that is for you, meant to be. And we just felt like it was the right time. I've gone through so much, and I really wanted to share my life, because when I do movies or TV shows, you don't really get to see what I'm going through as a person.
Right.
You just see the character.
Right.
But for the first time, people get to see my humanistic side and my struggles, the good, bad, and the ugly.
It being on scripted versus reality TV is totally different.
Girl.
So,
Yes.
one thing that I would have to say is, okay, clearly people start digging into your personal business when you are in reality.
Yeah.
Have you started getting any of that yet? I mean, I know the show hasn't started yet, really. This is like the first episode you're on. So have you gotten any taste of that yet?
I'm getting a little bit, like, I don't know. I'm sure it's levels to it, and I might be a level 1. So I am starting to feel like before I even came in here, I was stuck in the car because my phone beeped, and there I am. I'm not used to seeing my face pop up on Google yet. It just.
You get Google alerts?
Girl, Google alerts. I'm like,
I don't do it.
So I need to learn that. I need
Go
to
ahead.
learn like staying off, the internet, stop reading the comments, but it was like in headlines about me and Ralph, my husband. And it was just talking about our marital issues and how I confronted him. And so I just immediately, like, my heart started racing. Girl, I got hot. I was like, because, I don't know, based on what we did film versus what other information might be coming out, all of that I'm not used to. So it's a little nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous to watch it with everybody else, because experiencing it and filming it is one thing, and I've heard watching it is like a whole. Actually, Don Juan, every time I see him, he's like, "Are you ready to die?" I'm like, "I'm gonna die? Am I gonna come back to life though? Because I don't want to die." But because in scripted, it's a script. You know what you said, and you know the scene. I still get cringy when I watch myself, even on movies and stuff. But now, girl, 3-hour scenes, I don't remember everything I said or what I did. So I'm just like, how are they gonna edit it, and what's really gonna happen?
See, that's the scary part, because here's the thing. It's and I always tell people, it's really hard to make up with people when you're going through things during the time of taping, because it's like, okay, you have the moment when you're actually going through it and you're angry and you're upset, right? But then you have the moment when you have to watch it back. Right. Because then they hear what you said when you were talking under your breath. They hear what you said when you walked away. They hear what you said when you were talking about it to your friends.
Okay.
They see what the people in the comments are saying about it, which fuels it and makes it worse.
Yeah.
Okay? Then you got to deal with it then you got to deal with it again at the reunion.
Oh, right.
So it's like you have to deal with it three times.
Oh my
so
gosh.
it's so hard, and a lot of people don't get it and they don't understand it. And a lot of people always want to tell you, "Oh, just get over it. Oh, I don't understand what they holding on to," but it's really hard. I know a lot of the girls get Google alerts about themselves.
Yeah.
I don't promote that. I'm just gonna tell you now, from me to you. Because you're gonna get enough of seeing what people say about you in the comments. People are gonna run into your post. Every time you post something, they're gonna be trying to say stuff about you and to you in your comments, even on pictures that has nothing to do with what they're talking about.
Oh my goodness.
For me, I personally don't like Google alerts, because I don't need to know every time somebody's saying something crazy.
Okay.
That's just my personal opinion.
No, I need to subscribe to that, because I'm not used to it. So thank you, because I'm just figuring it out. And it's good to know kind of what people are saying, but it's becoming too much for me at this point. So I'm like,
it can
I'm
be
definitely just experiencing it in a way that happens organically, and not like go in and lean into all of it, because it'll be very stressful. I can only imagine.
Very stressful. So I'm sharing that with you now.
Well, take that nuggets.
Remember I told you. Okay, now you as a couple, you both are taking this journey together. Have y'all talked through how are y'all gonna handle watching back some of the things that y'all dealt with during taping?
We have talked about it. This is Ralph's first time ever being on camera, ever being in this world. He comes from corporate executive, you know what I mean? That whole world. And so I worry about him, because I'm used to people talking about me. I'm used to rumors and things of that nature. So we have had conversations about it, but I feel like we won't really know until we experience it, so to speak. I know actually Todd, they got a chance to hang out, and I think he got some really good advice from Todd, from Mike Hill. So I'm appreciative for that. Just trying to prepare him, So we'll see. I mean, definitely keep us in your prayers. And like I said, I feel like through this journey, we're going to be learning as we go, because we just don't know what's on the other side.
Well, tell him, never hesitate to reach out to some of the brothers that's on the show if he feel like, this stuff is crazy. Because, like you said, it's like, I think sometimes it's harder on the guys, because it's like with you, you're dealing with it, and believe me, you're under a microscope. But the other part of it is, they don't get to have the interview.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where they get to say their part.
Yep.
So sometimes they feel like they're at a disadvantage.
I agree. Slight it a little bit. Want to get his side out, his perspective.
Right.
So
if he has to vent, tell him to reach out.
He's going to be calling your house. I'm just letting you know.
Just let him know,
I will let him know he needs that.
So, okay. this week,
Yes.
you were introduced. So this week, you know, you have a chance to meet Kenya and you meet Toya.
I did.
So what were your first impressions of them?
Well, okay, first impression, I was just like, everybody is damn beautiful. You know, everybody's gorgeous. I was excited, obviously, a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous. And Kenya was really nice to me initially, so I felt good about that.
Okay.
Cynthia, of course, that's my girl. Marlo and I connected just organically, genuinely. I felt like, okay, I read her energy. She's very real. And then Latoya, she was a little off-putting because she like came at me about, oh, I don't like you because you're Drew Sidora from the game. And I was just like, hi, nice to meet you too.
Oh, come up to me. I was in the bathroom one time, true story, at a club, and she was like, Drew, I have a problem with you. And she got in my face, and I was like, are we about to fight? Oh, it's TV and real life colliding in this club, you know, bathroom.
Okay, reset. I was just caught off guard. So I was just like, okay, you know, you sound like the blogs, but I am here to get to know you and we can get to know each other on a personal level. And I just felt like she kind of came in with, you know, that understanding of Drew Sidora from the game. So I was just a little, you know, like, okay, 1, 2, 3, let's get to know each other, pause. And as the night went on, I'm not gonna lie, I was confused. Because I just saw things, and I know I'm new to the group, so I was just trying to gather, you know, what the dynamics were. And it was definitely like, I saw Kenya and Latoya, they had like something going on, I wasn't really sure. So I was just picking up vibes. I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting, you know?
I have a crush on you.
You have a crush on me?
And we got on a topic of marriage, and I was just sharing my thoughts, and I felt like maybe Latoya just has a lot going on, and I can give her some advice because I've been dealing with similar issues being a wife. I can kind of understand, and it wasn't received, but that's okay, you know, from the first meeting. So that was kind of what happened. I enjoyed the wine, though. Cynthia highlighting the African-American, you know, wines owned by Black women, and I was there for that, and the wine was good, but on the other side, it was caboodles. It was like, I'm trying to just catch all the vibes. But Latoya and Kenya went home together, so I was like, well, there you have it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Well, all right. Well, hello. Here I am.
Okay. Well, y'all, that is going to be an interesting relationship to watch going forward. So,
and I feel like there was so much I didn't know. You know what I mean? Because I came on so late. It was just like I felt like I missed a lot. And then, you know, because I may not have been hanging out with them at the time, I just feel like watching it, I'm going to learn so much more that maybe that's why I was just not understanding. Like, from the previews I've seen that Latoya and Kenya seem to have something going on. You know, like I was there and I was picking up on the vibes. So I wasn't really sure what I was picking up on, but I was discerning something.
Well, I mean, from the previews.
Yeah.
Because we can speak on previews.
Right.
From previews, yeah, I mean, you know, from in the previews, I guess Kenya said something about a crush or something like that. Yeah. I mean, I think that was news to everyone.
Okay. Oh, okay. See, I thought like, okay, I haven't been around, so maybe there was something I missed.
Around us.
Okay.
I don't know. I think that was something that everybody, I don't know.
It was just kind of like,
I don't know. It was a connection that I think, you know, people were just all wondering, like, okay.
Yeah.
That was interesting because, Kenya doesn't normally gravitate to new people like that.
Got it.
Ever. It always takes her a minute to warm up.
I can attest to that one.
Well, actually, I think in the beginning, she definitely, you know, was open to you, and then somewhere it went left.
Was she?
It was what she said.
I didn't catch those vibes, but you know.
I'm not getting into y'all stuff. But
well, I mean, you know what, and I feel like in any group of ladies, everyone is different. Everyone has their different personalities, and this is a strong. You know, everyone around in this group, they have strong personalities, and so I don't expect that we're going to connect. You know, I'm going to connect with everyone, especially initially. So I was here for getting to know, but I just felt like over the journey she wasn't really open to me, and that's just what I felt. So you know.
Which I was shocked because to me, I just felt like you guys being LA girls.
Yeah.
I mean, you're originally from Chicago. She's originally from Detroit, but both of y'all spent a lot of time in LA, and I just felt like y'all would have connected.
Me too. And she's been doing a lot of producing, and that is my desire to get behind the camera. So I felt like I could even learn from her, and in that regard. So I was just disappointed that it didn't, you know, fireworks didn't go off initially. But I'm a patient girl.
You never know.
You never. And I have hope. Hope is alive and good prayer. You know.
Kenya and Cynthia didn't start off on the right foot either.
Really?
No.
Okay.
To see how they like this now.
Well, yeah, Kenya was in her wedding, so
right.
There's hope.
So
We'll
you
see.
never know.
We'll see.
How did you feel being so open about what was going on in your relationship?
Me and my husband, we've almost been divorced. He left and didn't tell me where he was for like 3 days. I still don't know where you were.
I was always accessible.
Where did you go?
Yeah, so that wasn't planned. It wasn't. Absolutely not. I really, coming into this, I thought, wow, we can show the world what a great couple we are.
Drew is a friend of mine that just moved from LA.
Hey.
I bring the flavor to Atlanta. Don't with me, I'm from Chicago, bitch.
Really, you know, talk about some things, but before we started filming, we did have an argument, and he did leave for 3 days, and I was just like, I didn't want to tell production that, you know, he wasn't here, but when we had to show up for COVID testing, he wasn't at the house, so I was calling him, and he wasn't answering, so that's how they caught wind of it, and it wasn't something that I wanted to necessarily share, but when on our first day of filming, it was our anniversary, and we were celebrating and in love, and I'm like, all right, let's just celebrate this day, because you get one anniversary a year, so let's just make this day amazing, and let's just put that conversation on the back burner. But then, obviously, with that being the elephant in the room, it needed to be addressed at a certain point. And I just thought, okay, we'll address it, talk about it, and get through it. And that didn't happen because he was just not in a place where he was ready to really be open and vulnerable to talk about it. And as I kept pressing for details, he wasn't giving them. And I just was more so embarrassed because I'm like, well, there's cameras here. And like, we about to do this on camera? Like, this is what we're doing?
Right.
And at that moment, I wish I could have taken it all back. Like, I didn't want this to be the way we started. That was day one. And I was like, this is what we're doing. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I got up, I was emotional because I felt like you're setting me up, you're gonna do this on camera. And I took my mic off and I was like, done. I was like, can we just end today? Not realizing now in scripted, you take your mic off. That's it. In this world, which I'm new, I was like, I stormed off and then I turned around and there's a camera right there. I was like, oh, okay. And it all happened. What you see is my real true emotion and how I felt at that time. So
That was your first day of taping?
it was first day.
You cried on your first day?
Snot dripping down.
Okay, Taurus sister. My first day of taping,
Yes.
how many, 12 seasons ago? I cried on my first day too. My mama went in on me on my first day of taping. Yes, about my fiance at the time. And I had no idea we was gonna go there on that day.
Yeah.
I think I was taping with my mom and my aunts, and we started talking about my relationship, and she started going in, and I boo-hoo cried.
Okay.
First day. And I was like,
Wow.
this is not
Right.
what I had signed up for.
Yep.
So
That's how I feel. Well, that is good news. I mean, hello, OG over here. I don't feel so bad now. That's a good little journey. I don't mind taking. But yes, so you know how I felt. I was just like, how do I even like? Can we do sign language?
yeah, like, huh?
Yeah.
Like that? What we
Yeah.
doing? What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you know how I felt. That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
And it happened. So yeah, what you see is super raw and super real. So yeah, we didn't plan that nor discuss it, and it happened. And what I'm grateful for on the flip side is that we were able to see, okay, this is an issue. Like, if this happens in front of all these people like this, then we need to address it for real, for real. And so we went through marriage counseling, which is something I've wanted to do, and he was kind of on the fence about, but this put us in a position to have to do it, like right now. So going through marriage counseling has actually helped our marriage, which has been positive, and we're just committed to continuing on that journey.
Well, that's
So it's a blessing, you know what I'm saying? On the other side, I know watching these first couple episodes is gonna be reliving it, like you said. So
yeah, you're not gonna be too happy with it, but you're gonna get through it. You definitely gonna get through it, but it's just gonna be very uncomfortable at first.
Listen, I'm gonna have to find your couch. Don't be surprised if I'm gonna have to lay on your couch a couple of Sundays, because I don't know what to expect. But I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm all strong and gonna just be like, okay, yeah, it happened, whatever. I don't know. So like, if I'm gonna reach out, because I just,
it's fine. You can definitely reach out, because I can relate, and I don't mind sharing and tell you, like, in my own personal experience, I definitely know how that is. It's just like when you go through it, then you have to go through it again watching it. You know, a lot of times what I have to remind myself is, if I've forgiven something, I have to stick with I forgave it. Yeah. And don't try to revert back.
And try to clean something else up. Like, and another thing.
Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. You forgave it. So let's not revert back.
And you're right, because we really are in a better space. So that would be the good way to deal with it. Yeah. You know, honestly and truly. So
try your best.
That. I will. Don't be strong.
Yeah, but this season is really crazy. There's so many things that we are going to have to talk about in the future. That's why I said I'm going to have to bring you back.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, since I'm here, what was your first impression of me?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I remember the moment clearly. I clocked it. I was just excited. You know, when you walked in the house, I felt really bad that you had to let yourself in the door. I was like, oh my God, Candy Birds had to let herself in my house. Like, I felt bad that I was not there to open the door for you. That was my initial feeling. Like, I need to greet you like a good host. And then I was like, okay, well, she's good. So, but yeah, I was like a little nervous because I met you years ago on the red carpet for TLC. Yeah. So I just always remember that moment, and we clowned and had a little bit of fun, but this was my first time getting a chance to really talk to you. And so, yeah, I felt like you were, a lot of ways like myself, very kind of guarded and reserved and just, you know, read the room and just kind of, you know, not so like, hey, what's up, girl, best friend, you know, and I appreciate that. Because I can be that way at times. But honestly, I told my little sister this, you reminded me of our older sister, Krista. Really? Yeah, like, I don't know, I just felt like this sense of comfort with you. Like, I don't know, familiar spirit, so to speak, but I felt like we never really had a chance to talk. It was so much else going on, you know? So I was just like, I want time with Candy. Like, I really wanted my time with you. And for whatever reason, it just didn't happen. Like, I couldn't make your Candy Cares event. And then it was just so many things. I was like, dang it. So I was just excited to finally, you know, have the moment to just hang out with you and talk a little bit of music. And obviously now you're doing your thing in acting. I just feel like like you said, there's so much that we can do together. So, and I do feel that way, but I'm gonna lie, I was nervous. You know what I mean? It was a little, I was like, oh my gosh, she's amazing. And super beautiful, but super humble. But yeah, it was fun. It was great getting to meet all the ladies, but you especially, because obviously I've been a fan and working on TLC project, your name came up a lot. And T-Boz Tian, who is still one of my good friends, like she's like my sister. She often talked about you. He was like, y'all need to meet. You know what I'm saying? We're all Tauruses. Like, we can do a good hangout. So yeah, I just feel like it's full circle. So I'm looking forward to whatever we can build and just continue to get to know you.
What do you want to come out of this situation?
Honestly, I think that just being able to be in a position to inspire somebody, I think that was my initial goal. Listen, I had 3 surgeries on my Achilles. I suffered a staph infection. I went through things I just never thought I would go through. And then on top of that, my dad having Alzheimer's. I was just like, okay, God, like, why am I dealing with so much? And I feel like with the success I've had in my career, I am still a person that deals with a whole lot. It's just life. And to be able to show people, like, our lives, we may have success in our career, but to be able to show people, like, this is how I'm able to deal with it, hoping that someone else can just be inspired or connect to be able to get through and push through whatever they're dealing with. That was the reason why I signed up to do this. And so that's my goal in all of it.
And do you have any regrets in signing up for reality TV as of yet? I'm going to have to ask that question again when we get further in the season, but I'm asking now, and we're going to see how she answers now compared to later.
As of right now, I don't regret it. I feel like, of course, if there's things I could have done different, I would have. But overall, I've met some incredible ladies. I've built some really good friendships so far that I really do value. And it, like I said, forced my husband and I to deal with issues that we've been putting on the back burner for years. So in that regard, it's been a blessing in that way. But I definitely am going to see what happens from here on out. But I am happy about what I've been able to share.
How often? Nah, I ain't gonna ask you that.
What's that? Come on, girl.
I'm not gonna ask you that. What have you been doing lately? Like, outside of the girls, when it's just you, what are you working on? What's going on?
So, well, I've been rehabbing my Achilles, so I can just get myself back in position to work again. And that's been a journey. And outside of that, just losing weight, TV and film adds a good 15 pounds. So, and I have gone in for roles, and I have been told, like, girl, you don't look how you looked in TLC. What you look? And I'm like,
said that?
Well, can I say it? Well, I guess it's speak on it. So I was up for an ABC Family series, the Nicki Minaj pilot.
Okay.
And Nicki herself said that. She said, I don't look how I looked when I played T-Boss. And I was like, Nicki! And it was like all these ABC execs around, but I had gone through about 5 rounds. And she really, really liked me.
She saw you in person?
Yeah, this was in person. And she said that in front of all of these execs. It is what it is. I was like, look, I just had a baby. My baby in the car, and at the time, I think my baby was like 3 months old. I was literally still breastfeeding. But I did take it, what I took away was, girl, get your life together. Get back in the gym. You can't keep blaming it on the baby and get to work. So I took the constructive criticism as some real, advice. Like, yeah, don't look how I look. Yes, I had a baby. Let's not body shame, But it did give me that just energy that I need to put into my health, that motivation. So I turned it into lemonade. Like, let's get in the gym, and really get my career back. So I've been on a journey of weight loss and just getting back to good health. And then through this journey, my husband and I actually started a production company, Eudora Entertainment. So we just wrapped our first film called And You Call Yourself a Christian, which was an adaptation of a book written by Ian Joy, who's like an amazing author. So my dream of getting behind the camera is happening, but we did it through COVID. So I was like, I'm learning how to produce and through a pandemic. So that was a challenge. We got through it, and I'm just excited about that coming out. I have an agent now, so I'm just looking forward to auditioning.
That's good.
Got new headshots. Amen. I am so embarrassed because when my headshots I got done like 10, 12 years ago, and they were good to me, but I met with Cynthia and she was like, girl, what is this? Like, the headshot is cute.
You don't look like it was
What's this? You don't look like you know more right. So I got new headshots done. So I feel like it's a new chapter, a new era for me, and I'm just excited. I've had my children, built the family, and sometimes in marriage you can kind of lose yourself, or at least in my case I did. I started to really lose the things that were important to me, that I was passionate about, and I for a minute didn't know how I was going to get it back. So
time to snap back.
Yeah, it was time, because I was definitely falling into what could have become a depression if I didn't grab a hold. So I got into counseling and just had to pull myself back, like, girl, God gave you a gift. Like, I really believe that, and I'm super passionate, and it was this void that I was missing, that I was like, I need to get back to what I love. And although I love my kids and my husband, I have to do, what I was birthed to do. So that's the journey I'm on. So this season you will see me auditioning, putting myself on tape, and getting headshots done, and just really getting back to me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay, girl. You gotta get it together now.
Girl,
you can't lose you.
Yes.
I speak about that a lot to people when they're always, saying, how do you do all these different things? And I'm like, we have to remember. I mean, I love my children. I love my husband. But our kids grow up. Yeah. And they get their own lives. I mean, I'm seeing that now with Riley. Yeah. She was ready to go. Like, deuces, I'm in New York. Bye.
Was that hard for you?
Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, I know she wants to grow up. She wants to spread her wings, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, okay, well, you put all your love and nurture your baby, and they grow up. But it's like, so that's why you cannot allow yourself to totally lose lose your dreams, your goals.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, it's going to be one day when they ain't going to be there.
Right.
And it's going to be like, okay, so I let everything
What do I do now?
drop. And yeah.
And then that's harder to pull back. Because even for me where I was, my kids are still little, it was a lot of work to pull the confidence back and pull back, you know, the motivation and the connections, girl. So that's the journey I'm on. I thank God that I didn't lose myself too much. But that was a real life experience I went through. So
girl, don't feel guilty with a babysitter now. Some people feel guilty about a babysitter. Do not feel guilty getting a babysitter.
I am working through that. Like, so when we went on our girls trip, girl, I was on my phone every 5 minutes like, what are they doing now? Send me pictures, stalker mom. And I was like, girl, you have been in the house with them for 7 straight months. And it's time for you to just connect for yourself and really get back to you. So that was what catapulted this whole thing. So that for that reason, like, I can only say good things about this journey. I'm grateful for it. But it's a journey, you know, and I'm definitely on it. So.
Well, the other thing is this Housewives little trip you on is going to help with that too. Because we're going to keep you busy.
Oh my God, talk about it.
We're going to keep you busy.
It got the whole family busy. Look, my kids is even busy. So now everybody in the house is motivated and super supportive, and that I am super grateful for. Yeah.
Well, I would have to say thanks again
Yes.
for coming on here to speak on it. I definitely... Wait. Before I leave, I guess I got to have you say a little word by everybody on channel.
Oh, see, I knew the messy boots was coming. Thought I was just going to scoot on up out of here like that was scratching the surface.
It's not messy. I see you doing interviews everywhere.
Because you know I'm going to be super honest. You know what I mean? So now...
Other shows you did.
Here we go.
Okay. Your thoughts of... Who's going to start off? You said Portia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so super fun, energy, just great connection. You know, I respect what she's doing with Black Lives Matters, and just commend her for her work in pushing the culture forward. So much respect, you know, and she's a lot of fun. She's definitely been there, and her daughter and my daughter play date, so I appreciate that. It's just a lot of connections there. So super fun, super positive.
Kenya.
You know what? It's like I always looked up to Kenya, you know, when I was a little girl. So being in her presence, I am a little disappointed, to be honest, in just how our interactions have been. And I have tried to get on that good foot, you know, with her. And so I don't know what the future holds. So I am going to reserve the fact that we can hopefully connect later on. But as of right now, I just don't feel like she's giving me a fair chance.
Okay. Cynthia.
Oh, that's my ride or die. It was like initial, and then, you know, Leon, he's played my love interest on a couple of projects. So just from hearing him talk about her and wanting to make that introduction and all those things, it was just a lot there. And even I, of course, that's like my sister. So her making that connection with Cynthia, it was just obvious that we were going to connect, and we did. So I love her to death.
Okay, I already asked you what you thought about me, so now we're going to go to the friends of the show.
I love Candy, by the way.
So now we're going to go to Shamia.
Oh my God, so Shamia did TLC with me. She played a part in that, and from there we hit it off, connected, and so seeing her again was just like a good old family reunion, like familiar face, and she really, I feel, is a genuine spirit. Very, very genuine, and we have, I feel, a real true budding relationship, friendship, and I appreciate her. We had like a little moment. It was just like a, you know, when you meet people and it's fun, it's nice, but you know, when you can really connect with people on a deeper level, I feel like Shamia and I have been able to have that so far. So I love it. Marlo, you know, Marlo, she is so extra and crazy, and I love it. She's an Aquarius like my husband, so I understand Marlo. I feel like Marlo can be misunderstood. Marlo can act a little funny sometimes, but deep down, I feel like I really understand her. She's very real. She's genuine, and I have nothing but love for Marlo. Okay. Honestly. Tanya is super sweet. She is really, really like, Tanya want her to fly. So for that reason, like, we hit it off. Great conversation. Super, super smart, educated Black woman, lover. And yeah, I'm still getting to know her, but from everything she's shown me and the time we've spent, it's been super positive.
Okay. And last but not least, Latoya.
And where is Tanya, by the way? I miss her.
Nobody knows where Tanya is.
I've been haven't seen her since vacation, so.
She's making disparaging comments about me and you involving a stripper.
We have not seen Tanya since South Carolina.
Right.
Yeah, it's been months since.
So Tanya needs to come on back, you know, because I still need to get to know her more. But
she disappeared.
She disappeared. And then Latoya, she's my biggest fan. I can't. And that's all I'll say about that one.
I've been taking a sip of water on that.
I feel like on paper, there's no reason why we don't get along. She's a wife, I'm a wife, we have kids. You know, three kids. Like, I can understand that struggle, but I don't know, it's just not in the cards for us, so.
Y'all are so funny to me.
It is.
Y'all both are our newbies.
And for that reason, I feel like we should have been like, look, it's us against them. You know, like we got to band together because we're learning everything for the first time. We're new. And I mean, like I said, you're not going to jail with everybody. But that girl, she just has a lot going on. And I just don't have time for it. So,
Oh, Lord.
it is what it is.
Well, I'm sure she would have a lot to say.
And she'll spill it all. You know, see, I'm still like,
You're
know.
more reserved.
I'm reserved because I just feel like I don't really know what she got going on. It appears that she has a lot going on. And I speak on that, you know, and you'll see that journey. But, I mean, come on, Ken, be honest. She just doesn't have it all there. And so, how can you try to build something real with somebody that's just missing a couple marbles? I just can't. And I've thrown a couple olive branches, one too many. And when somebody, I mean, there's just people that are just Delilahs, you know?
Well, this is for you to speak on it, not for me to speak on it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, but I'm just saying.
So, I'm not speaking on it. You're speaking on it. And
am I crazy though?
this is your week.
Tell me if I'm crazy.
I'm not speaking of it. This is your week.
Girl, yes.
So we don't let you speak on it.
So let me speak on it then. Let me go ahead. You know what I'm saying?
You feel free
it's
to say whatever you feel.
It's a lot. It's like, you know, girl threw up in my toilet. I helped her out, got her some bread, pulled her hair back. Now, you know when somebody gets drunk and they throw up in your toilet and you pull their hair back, that is a sign of like a good friend. Somebody that's willing to be there with you when you're over the toilet, helpless. That's a good friend. I would be appreciative of someone like that. You know what I mean? Like, girl, your tongue is all over the place.
That happened in another season of Housewives. It did, didn't it?
Look, I don't know what's in these cocktails except simply deliciousness. I'm here to have a good time, so bottoms up, baby. I actually started drinking with my makeup artist prior to. Yeah.
She's trying to bite Eva's breast.
Wait, I don't remember that.
Lies.
I hope it was a joke.
I mean, she was already puked up on you, so now you've like shared
She
fluid.
puked right after that. Like, she rubbed my boob and puked. Like,
I was like, I'm having a flashback.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
I remember that.
I was like thrown off for a second. I was like, what?
Okay. And then not to mention, I can go on and on. I gave her a ride home, Candy. Like, she was drunk out of her mind, and I gave this girl a ride home. And we went in her home, we prayed for her, you know, prayed for her mom. Like, it was a whole, like, come on. Like, what person wouldn't receive that? And so for her to just keep gunning for me, it's like at a certain point, like, there is no more for me to give. And when we get to that point, that's when it gets ugly. And I really don't want it to get there, but it's like, I'm so done with her that it's like, I told Cynthia, keep her away from me. Like, keep her on the other side.
Too is like, I mean, put it this way.
It's just not
It's a
right.
weird situation
Something
for me because obviously, you know, I introduced Latoya to the group. I like Latoya. I think she's a fun person.
I agree with that.
I think she's super fun. So I don't want to get too much in the middle of y'all stuff because I really love you too. And I'm getting to know you just as much, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to get in the middle of y'all stuff, you know?
And that's why I wouldn't even want that. So I'm speaking from my experience.
Yeah, that's your experience.
You know, my truth and what she has caused me a whole lot of drama. And I'm like, okay, that's who she is. I'm not here to change no grown woman. But like my 2-year-old knows more than what she knows as far as keeping your hands to yourself. I mean, just the basic fundamentals. Keep your hands to yourself, you know what I'm saying? And mind your business. And so if you can't learn that, I may have to bring my 2-year-old, you know what I'm saying? To teach you. And that's just where I'm at with it. So she has depleted all my good energy. And so now that's just, I have nothing left to give. So
Okay.
I tried.
Well, that's that on that. Cheers. She spoke on it.
That's the name of the show, right?
That's the name of the show. So anyway, I would love everybody to follow you on social media. So please tell everybody how to follow you and to know about everything that you got going on so they can support you.
Yes, please follow me at Drew Sidora on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, drewsidora.com. You know, just keep in tune. I have a lot of fun and exciting things going on. Not to mention something else. You gotta let me know what you think about it. It is a sleep system that my husband and I developed called Mind Music. And the first sleep system out is My Mind Music for Kids. You can get it on any platform. Digital platform is out, and we're really passionate about that because we got 3 kids. They really wild. They don't like to go to bed at night, and through this pandemic, it was like we need to come up with something that's gonna feed their mental health, and it really works. It helps kids with sleep apnea, insomnia, any of those things, and we're really passionate about it. So
calms them down.
And it works on adults too, because sometimes when my mind is going, and I need to go to bed, I just put it on and it works. It really does.
All right. Everybody support that. It's Christmas time, so go ahead and get some of that Mind Music. Support Drew Sidora. Follow her on all platforms, and believe me, you're going to want to follow her because you're going to want to know what she has to say, because clearly she doesn't hold back. All right? All right. Thank you for joining me.
Well, thank you.
I appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
Yes.
Okay? And thank you for watching. Speak on it.
I had already heard.
I can turn a shade tree into a money tree.